Augustine of Hippo, De Magistro, Episode 22. As we resume here, you'll notice I included the first three words that are actually part of the previous lesson, Episode 21, and that is because I wanted to give context for the new material. So go back and watch 21 if you want to know what was said first. Certe si poeta iste non, ex tanto urbe, sed de tanta dixisset, quaerremque abstequid, de significardret. Dicerdres ex, cum haec duo verba essent, id est signa, unum aliquid, ut tu putas significantia. Ego autem id ipsum, nescio quid unum, quod his duobus signis significatur inquirdro. As Augustine resumes, he says, certainly, if that poet, meaning Virgil, of course, if that poet had not said non dixisset ex tanta urbe, from such a big city, but he had said de tanta, from that sort of city, and I were asking, quaerem, from you what de means, significaret, then you would say that it means ex, because these are two words, signs, that are indicating significantia unum aliquid, one thing, as you suppose. So let's stop there and look more closely at this portion before we continue to the end of the sentence. After the adverb certe, we get the beginning of the protasis, that is, the si clause. And the protasis has two verbs. It has dixisset and quaerem. The subject is poeta iste, Virgil, masculine singular and nominative. The verb is dixisset, which is third singular. It is pluperfect, subjunctive, and active. If the poet had not said ex tanta urbe, and this is the object, so to speak, of dixisset, but had said de tanta, and were I asking you what de means, significaret, so quaerem is also subjunctive, but it's first singular, and it is imperfect, subjunctive, and active, because what we have here is a mixed conditional. Now we get the main verb, dicerdres, the main verb of the apodosis, that is, of the then clause. And diceres is second singular, imperfect, subjunctive, and active. Now, if it were a contrary to fact past, then we would have two pluperfect subjunctives, one in the protasis, one in the apodosis. A contrary to fact present would also have two subjunctives, but they would be imperfect subjunctives. Therefore, what we have here is a mixed conditional. If the poet had not said, and were I asking, then at present you would say. So it's mixed because, although contrary to fact or unreal, one is past, one is present. Now, what is it that you would say if the poet had not said, and were I asking you? You would say that de means ex. And why would you do that? Because these are two words, haec duo, namely de and ex are two different words. That is, they are signs, signa, and signa is going to be neuter plural and nominative, and it's going to be in apposition to verba here, and then modified by significantia, which is also neuter plural and nominative. And this is a present participle. So there is some interesting syntax and grammar here in Augustine's writing. It's very dense, very precise. That is, signs that are indicating or signifying unum aliquid. Unum aliquid, neuter singular, and accusative as the object of the present participle significantia. We then also have this parenthetical, ut tu putas, meaning one thing, so you suppose. And Augustine adds this because he's not ready to stipulate that ex and de mean the same thing. Although they are synonyms, they are not identical. Now, by contrast, he will say what he actually is asking. If I would be asking, abste, but that's not true because remember, this was all contrary to fact. He says, but I am seeking this very thing, id ipso, nescio quid unum, I don't know exactly what it is, I am seeking the very thing id ipsum which is indicated or meant his duobus signis, by these two signs. So X is one sign, de is another sign, and they are synonyms. They're not identical, but if they were identical, then he would want to know what is meant, what is communicated by these two signs, his duobus signis. And we'll just parse one of these, his duobus signis, neuter plural, and ablative. These will be ablatives of instrument, instrumenti. Thank you so much for watching this free video. I hope that you learned a lot about the classical languages and advanced your knowledge and enjoyment. You can help us keep going with this instruction if you like this video and subscribe to the channel. We've had hundreds of thousands of views in the last 9 years, and we would really like to grow our number of subscribers. If you hit the little bell, you will be notified every time we release a brand new free instructional video. You can also check out one of my Latin or Greek courses at LatinPerDiem.com if you'd like to study Latin and Greek with me directly. So keep learning, and vale tote omnes.